Okay, so today we are looking at this right here, and I've already taken it out of the box because I already shot this video and one of my memory cards failed. So, oh well. Anyways, this is the box. If you guys want to see the box, this is the box. I got some plastic in here. This is the box right here. It's a Fusion Dock Pro 3, as you can see. Thunderbolt 5 certified, triple monitor setup, 120 gig data transfer. Yes, please. And up to 8K at 60 hertz. Now, this is a Thunderbolt 5 dock, and it will be replacing my old USB-C dock that I had running on my previous MacBooks, as well as my previous Mac Studio. And to be honest with you, it worked just fine. Not the fastest dock in the world, but you know what? It worked. Anyways, this one though, Thunderbolt 5, and because I'm running on a Mac Studio M4, um, this should be able to show off some of its speed. Anyways, if you look at the available ports on the back, you're going to get maximum output you have for video. You can do two 8K displays up to 60 hertz, or three 4K displays up to 144 hertz. Thunderbolt downstream, you have three, with one of them being a power delivery of 60 watts. USB downstream, three USB A's at 10 gigs and one USB A at 5 gigs. You have an RJ45 LAN port, one of those at 2.5 gigs. Another power delivery up to 140 watts. And it does come with a power supply that needs to power this, of course. 20 volts, 9 amps. So it does need a little bit of power for sure. Now, inside the cable, because, they talk about this doing powering monitors, I thought maybe it would come with some monitor cables, but it does not. So it does come, as you guys can see here, this is a Thunderbolt 5 cable. And if you are like me, replacing an older dock, even though the cables may look the same, you definitely want to make sure you use this, because if you're coming from an older dock that was USB-C, that cable may only be certified for those kind of speeds. So you want to make sure that you're using this dock with this cable, so that you get that maximum throughput, and that the limitation isn't the computer or the dock, and the limitation doesn't become the physical cable, right? So you want to make sure you use that. Now, the only other thing that it comes with, as you guys can see it right here, is the big old power brick, right? Fairly big, fairly chunky, does its thing. And of course, you do get a user manual. So very, very nice. Am I going to use manual? Probably not. No. Anyways, on the front here, you actually see you have your 140 watt. This one, as it says, can be used for monitors. It has your Thunderbolt. You have your 60 watt beside it, your USB 10 gig, an SD card reader, which should be good, headphone jack or external speakers, depending on what you want to plug into those. USB 5 gig on the back, USB 10 gig on the back, USB 10 gig on the back. There's your 2.5 gig RJ45 for your Ethernet. And then you have a 15 watt, and your DC power. It is fairly hefty. Like, it's got some weight to it. And my guess would be that a lot of this is going to be designed, of course, to help keep this cool, right? So the whole encasing acts like a heatsink. Now, on this side here, you will see that it actually has locking ports here. So my guess would be this is probably used for like a Kensington lock or something like that, that you can plug into this, so that if you are using this, so let's say with the laptop and you're sitting somewhere, that you can have this locked. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually set this up. I'm going to use it for the next week in replacement of my old one, to see if I'm actually going to see the benefit of it. I think I will, because of course, with big files like I use, a lot of video files going back and forth, speed is important. I also use a lot of Thunderbolt 5 external hard drives. So again, we'll see if we see any speed increase on those drives. And you don't have to wait for a week. I'll be back in just like 1 second. All right, guys. So I have been using this new dock for past probably about 5 days. But I'm leaving, so I figured I'd finish this video today. And I'm actually running right on this machine right here, a 5K ultra wide. And number one, it pushes that no problem, no problem at all. This is running again at 60 hertz. So I've had no issues with that. The other thing that I have tried, again, I have been using the SD card reader, worked great. I was getting, my cards aren't the fastest in the world, but I was getting full speeds, which is good. But the big thing again for me was having all those extra ports. So having all the extra USB ports, having the extra Thunderbolt ports, those actually allowed me to be able to plug more hard drives in at once. So a lot of you may know with the Mac Studios, really it only has 4 Thunderbolt ports. Depending on which model, the front ports are actually going to be USB-C. So I connected with the 4 in the back. So I actually have a network through Thunderbolt. I have one hard drive through Thunderbolt. And then I actually have this new dock plugged in via Thunderbolt. So the bonus of it, of course, is that moving from my old dock, uh, some of my drives, like I said, are Thunderbolt 4 and Thunderbolt 5 drives. Now, I don't really see or didn't really see too much of a performance increase in those when those drives were plugged in to the Thunderbolt ports on the actual Mac Studio, or even my old Mac Studio, which was the M1 Mac Studio, which had Thunderbolt 4 on it. But where I do notice some speed differences is that I'm seeing more consistent speeds out of my even my USB-C drives, and again some of my older Thunderbolt drives. So instead of them, a lot of them, the externals were only coming in around 8 900. Now I'm seeing a lot of those actually hitting 1.4, 1.6 gigs per second. So I definitely did see an increase in the speed. Now, that's of course because I was going through an older USB-C dock. Now, if speed's not the utmost importance to you, did that USB-C dock work? Yeah, it worked fine. It worked quite well. And again, I've been using it for a couple years. But I have noticed substantial speed differences in the different external drives, as long as you have fast external drives, when they're plugged into this. I actually saw almost the same speeds out of those drives as if they were plugged directly into the Thunderbolt port on the Mac Studio. So they were pretty much identical, which is fantastic. I'm actually editing the video right now, and this whole edit, even though it looks like just a single line, the single line is a compound clip, basically, with multiple clips inside it. Plus, it does have a bunch of color grading on it. Plus, it does have some filters on it. Um, and not that my old drives had issue with it, but I would on occasion have some dropped frames. Not the case. Not the case anymore. So that little bit of bottleneck that was being caused by the dock before seems to be eliminated. So I think that's going to be great. Now, I don't really have a need for hard wiring like that Ethernet in there. But I think if you have, let's say, a new MacBook Pro, being able to bring this dock with you, even if it's portable, now it does add a little bit of substance to your carrying because of the fact that you have this much bigger dock, plus you have a much bigger power supply. That may stop some people from bringing it with you, but if you are someone that's going to be maybe on location, you're going to be set up somewhere for a couple days or a week or something like that to do shooting and you're dumping files. Again, every bit of speed that you can get is going to be beneficial because, time, right? We only have so much of it. So when we can increase that speed, our productivity is going to go up, and that's going to just help us in our day. Anyways, I'm so far very pleased with it. Um, if I have any issues with it as I move forward, I will definitely make sure to put a comment down below so you guys can figure out or know what my issues were. And if you guys are using this Thunderbolt 5 dock as well, please make sure to leave a comment with your thoughts on it, your experience with it. And if you've had to reach out for customer support or service or anything like that, let me know of that experience so that all of us can learn from what you've gone through as well. Anyways, I will put links down below to where you can pick this up. And that's it so far. Thunderbolt 5 dock. Yeah, I'm down. Pretty cool. Anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little notification bell. Use the link below if you're interested. Check out some of their other docks because they seem to have a whole bunch right now. All right, guys, I'm out. We'll see you guys later.